Hey, how you doing? It's me, Dennis Fogg, once again. Thanks for coming. And you know it's springtime in Maine, because Maine, it's the best. And when it's springtime, things happen. Like I saw my first streaker of the year this year. And it's great because you know when it's a streaker, because a lot of the streakers aren't beautiful people. They're people who look like me. And if I want to see a naked, fat, white guy running around, well, you know I can see that anywhere. But I also noticed that if you see a person naked running with socks and shoes on, that's a streaker. But if you see somebody naked running, no socks, no shoes, then something went wrong. Somebody came home early, something went down. And that's what I'm talking about. This is Comedy 101 with your host Dennis Fogg and Mark Turcotte. Glad you can be here. Thanks. Well, Mark, good to have you back, buddy.
Good to see you again, man.
It's been good.
It's great to be back at Comedy 101. We have a great show today, and I want to tell everybody about another great show we have coming up. Not in the studio, but on stage, which is the other place where we love to be. June 19th, it's a Friday night at the Auburn Fireside Inn. It's Main Event Comedy's Summer Showcase, headlined by this guy.
And it's actually not just headlined to me, but I'm going to be the closer, but you're going to have like, what, 3 or 4 great comedians
We've got 6.
6?
Yeah. I stacked this roster, man.
We can't go wrong with this one.
Yeah, we've got Quasi Mensa from Boston, and then we have a bunch of great Maine comedians. Anna Conathan is going to be there. We have Angela Merrill, who's a newcomer on the scene. Steve Cloutier is going to be there.
He was here last week. You saw him get zapped with a collar. Yeah. That was a great time.
Yeah. And Kevin Nealis.
Kevin Nealis.
And I'm going to host it.
It's going to be a great show.
It'll be fun.
And that's at the Fireside in Auburn, right?
Yep.
And tickets are available, but it's going to be one of them shows. The best thing about the Fireside in Auburn is the bar is tremendous there. I tell you what, some of the drinks they give you are killer.
Yeah, it's good. And tickets are only $10 in advance or $12 at the door, and you can get them at maineventcomedy.com. It's going to be a great show. June 19th, Dennis Fogg.
That's one of those computer things, maineventcomedy.com.
You got it. The computers are really, they're new to you, aren't they?
They're very new to me. If I didn't have kids, I wouldn't know how to use a computer because this is crazy. I got like, you know how you get lost on a computer and my only reaction is to unplug it, and that really aggravates my daughter. She goes, just hit the little X. Just hit the little X.
That's all you got to do. That's your 5-year-old granddaughter can teach you that stuff.
I learned a new thing the other day was left swipe. Yeah, anything you don't want, you just left swipe.
Yeah, I think
that's what my kids call me now. Left swipe.
I think you downloaded something you probably shouldn't have. Oh. And once your wife finds out about it,
I'll be left swiped.
You'll be left swiped in the garage.
Well, we got a whole different show for them today, don't we? This will be a good time. I've been looking forward to this one. We actually had a meeting and we talked about this show, so I'm excited about this one.
An official Comedy 101 meeting. Yeah. It was, I mean, talk about the brain trust. I mean, people just get out of our way.
I know.
And they let us talk it out, and we have a great guest today. And let's bring him in. He's a newcomer to the Portland scene, very funny guy. He's a regular at the Laugh Shack in Westbrook. Let's bring in Mike HALLINAN. Hey, Mike. Everybody, Mike.
Hey. Good to see you, Mike. Thanks for being here.
There he is. How's it going, Mike?
How's it going, Mark?
You get the center seat, my friend.
Oh, center seat.
Yes, sir.
You're the star attraction.
Awkward.
So, Mike, we have to start off every interview with the 4 questions every comedian gets asked, no matter where you go or who you're interviewed by. First one, obviously, how'd you get started doing comedy?
Drugs.
Yeah, that's like the.
I've seen his set too. Yeah.
Oh no, kind of. In that sense. Being younger and just, it was more recently. So, just writing, being fearful. Wanted to be, musician and stuff. And my parents were like, you need to make more money. So you got to do something about that. And I was like, oh great, I'll just become a comedian. And they were like, absolutely.
That'll show
a good
them.
idea.
Yeah, sure.
So I guess that's how I got started.
And how long have you been doing it?
Since September of 2014, so about 7 or 8 months.
Yeah, awesome. And who are your influences?
Influences. Funny you say that. When I was younger, I remember being Robin Williams, in some of the movies. My favorite movie was Popeye as a kid.
Yeah.
When I was like 3, 4.
Mrs. Doubtfire.
Mrs. Doubtfire, that's a
great
great one.
show for
me. And so that kind of broke me out of oh, that looks fun. And then growing up, I kind of didn't really watch too much stand-up and stuff. I mean, it wasn't until later more recently, I don't know, just funny things, funny movies. Yeah, just comedic movies. But George Carlin, of course, that's like the cliche answer, you know, he's great. He's just like the more philosophical type, and I like that whole idea of it. And yeah, I mean, Greg Giraldo, he was a big influence on me.
Absolutely, yeah, he's one of my favorites.
That's a shame that he
Never heard of
passed.
him.
Are you serious?
He's great.
What
If
is
you
it?
watch any of the Comedy Central roasts, like the earlier ones,
It's up past my bedtime.
Oh man, he's awesome.
Yeah.
Lost too soon, but
Yeah.
one of the best. And the next two questions: your best and worst gigs so far.
my best and worst gigs.
Same one.
Yeah, right? Exactly. I mean,
Right here, right now.
as you said, I'm a newcomer, so I'm an open micer guy. So you know, that could be. I honestly don't know. I mean, sometimes I feel like
That open micing guy is not as easy as everybody thinks it is. You know,
No, it's
you're
not.
out there doing a lot of
Yeah.
different shows. I see you in a lot of different places
Yeah.
working hard because that's where you need to make it at the open mics, where other people who have been around, like Mark and I, we sort of use them as playrooms,
Right.
where that's a very important room for you, and especially you're doing really good at the Laugh Shack
Yeah,
in Westbrook.
yeah, absolutely.
the Laugh Shack has been great. I like those guys. I mean, Tim Hoffman's the man, and Al,
Yep.
he's awesome. They're really pioneering for that, and it's good to see people doing that here. And you know, I didn't know about the comedy scene before anything, but you know, you go into it and it seems kind of dark and like, you know, just drama filled.
It
I'm
is,
like,
yeah.
I don't want to be one of these. Come on, you know. But
It's usually people who
Everybody's
watch Star
generally good.
Wars too. It's a lot
Yeah.
of those type of geeks. Yeah.
well, that's what stinks. I'm a geek, but I have no clue what Star Wars things are. So I'm just like completely. Yep.
You're also an amateur drug person. I mean, you don't do like the real drugs, right?
Well, you know, I did, but like, you know, in the beginning,
Or
I'm a poor guy. You know?
so you got to make up your drugs.
I used to do that way back. 7 years clean now, so that's kind of good. You know, not that really anybody
row?
cares. So like, really, how do you do that?
Like in a row?
7 years in a row.
Well, I think there might be people out there that are wondering, how do you do that? Especially some of the stuff you used to be into, because I just saw, we were talking before the show, I saw a YouTube clip that you have up now from the Laugh Shack, and it's a great set. It's a 5-6 minute set, and really strong material. And one of the things I noticed about you, the first time I saw you do stand-up and every time after that, you're very autobiographical. You're not up there telling formulated jokes. It's a stream of consciousness thing. And after watching you for 5 minutes, your audience has a really good idea of who you are and where you're coming from.
yeah.
Which isn't always the case. And in this clip, in that YouTube clip, you talk about being sober, and you also talk about some pretty weird stuff like smoking peanut skins.
Peanut skins, yes.
I'm interested to
abs-
learn more about that.
Absolutely. Well, you know, my friends, you know, everything else was getting boring, you know, pills and whatnot. And they're like, yo, peanut skins can get you. That's a complete joke. I was like 12 or 13. It's kind of like the escapades, and like, yeah, smoke some peanut skins. Thank God I didn't have a peanut allergy, so I passed that test, and you know, started.
That would have been a bummer.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. You know,
How'd you get? You don't want to know, Ma.
and turns out that it does nothing. So yeah, absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
So that was a waste of time. But so the difference between, I tried it again. Of course, you know, you got to try it again. I thought it was
Heritable,
like
you gotta have
kind of
that.
like pot.
Right, yeah.
You know, third time's the charm. Now
Yeah.
I moved on to catnip. You know, it's just it's a progression. It's a progressive.
What do you do with the
Pine
catnip?
needles.
Do you smoke it?
We smoked catnip. A few friends of ours. Well, I mean, apparently it gets cats all uppity. And we're like, yo, that's a good way to do it. We're higher in the food chain, right?
It's gotta work for
It's
us.
gotta work for us.
You have to cut that
Doesn't.
little mouse open too, and like slice him open. Yeah.
Yep. So that's a brief. Yeah, I put that. That's kind of like I like talking about that stuff. Kind of even the playing field. Like I'm fucked up, you know.
Yeah, but it's real, and I think my favorite brand of stand-up comedy, if you will, is the stuff that's real and relatable. When you know people talk from the heart and they talk about their real experiences and find a way to inject humor into it, and you do a really good job at that. And how?
Oh, you related with the peanut skins?
No, not with that. maybe next month.
Yeah, no. Try it out.
I think his specialty was foreskin.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, sorry.
Dennis, that's a
Sorry
part
for
of my
cutting
life
you
I
off.
don't want to talk about. We said we wouldn't mention that on the show.
We signed that waiver. We did. Yeah.
Jeez. All right. Well, that got weird.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry for cutting you off there.
So 7 years sober.
Well, in September, I like pushing up.
Oh,
so.
sure, yeah, but
I don't want to be one of those 6 years, 3.
right, right. And how did that come about, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, it just got crazy. I picked something up. I can't put it down.
Yeah.
And that was my solution for living, as corny as that sounds, and then kind of had to work with getting real, which in a way, comedy, I say it a lot, like it's therapy, a lot of times,
A lot of comics will say that.
Yeah, and it's good because like, all right, I'm not the only insane person in the world. Well, maybe I am, but really it doesn't matter, and it's letting that stuff out and realizing that I don't need that stuff. And it's awkward because, it is an environment where it's, so I felt like people were like, oh, what's wrong with this guy? What, what is he, a Bible thumper? I'm like, no. You kind of got to just put that by the wayside and just bring it up in the material if it comes around. And I don't judge, and I judge like with other things, but that, like, I don't judge, and that's an insecurity fear of like, oh, they think I'm like some priest or something. And, by far not. It's yeah. So I guess a day at a time.
Yeah. Have you ever had anyone come up to you after the shows and talk to you about it? Like, maybe they can relate or.
Funny, well, yeah. Funny you say that. And it's kind of cool. They're like, yeah, I got to stop, and it's like the hinting and stuff.
Yep.
And I'm not gonna like drag them along. And
Sure.
if they ask if they want some help, I'll be like, yeah, it's pretty much like this, except for with above. I mean, it's
Don't know what to
whatever
tell
that just meant. If they want help. Not a preacher when it comes to that, so it's good.
Yeah, you just.
But it comes back on stage. You're hilarious on stage. It's pretty funny. Some of the stuff is pretty neat.
Yeah.
Hilarious, psychotic.
Yeah, there's always room for all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Well, thanks for sharing that. And
Absolutely.
we're gonna lighten the mood a little bit now. We're gonna play a game.
All right.
Play a game.
Wow, I love
last time we played a game. We put shock collars on Stephen Cloutier and Ian Stewart. We're not going to do that to you.
We got a lot of people talked about that because that was dangerous. I guess,
right.
Yeah, because I guess Steve.
Seemed like it hurt.
Steve peed his pants.
Yeah, Ian's still in the hospital.
Oh, of course,
So we can't.
So we thought of a new game. It's a trivia game, and it's called Dumber Than Dennis. And what we're going to do, we're going to have Mike take on Dennis in a trivia battle to the death. And
to the death. Wait a minute. Wait, to the death. Wait.
We're actually getting murdered after this.
That's not cool?
No, not to the death.
Oh, because we got another show we have to do. Okay, we're going to save Dennis for the next show.
You can kill me.
Yeah, I have no life insurance because you never want to be worth more dead than you are alive.
How about this? We'll raise the stakes, okay?
All right.
So if Mike wins, you got to give him breakfast at Uncle Andy's Diner. A free breakfast, whatever he wants.
Yep.
Okay? And
Stay on the menu though.
Stay on the menu. Right? That sounds good. Not that side menu.
You can't be ordering stuff from the restaurant down the street.
Go down the street, go get that stuff. It's better.
No, I've eaten there. It's great. I love your place.
Thank you.
And if Dennis wins, Mike has to hold up a sign that says, "I'm dumber than Dennis."
Yeah.
We're thinking about, we're going to take a picture of him, and maybe, he has to use it as his Facebook profile picture for like the next 3 years. I don't know. Maybe we'll do that.
A free lunch, 3 years of embarrassment,
Yeah, it's just about the same thing.
All right, so we'll go.
Now, wait a minute. You wrote all these questions.
I did.
Or at least.
I did. You guys have no idea what they are. You looked at the sheet.
Cheated a little.
Yeah, he cheated
I
a little.
did.
I'm not even going to use this sheet.
He should get 6 right,
No,
and then I
first
get
off,
4.
I'm so old I couldn't see it if it was.
Okay, so we'll go back and forth. We'll start with Mike because he's our guest. And the first person to answer 10 questions correctly is going to be the winner. Okay, these are all random stuff. Like state capitals, for example. How are you with state capitals? We're going to find out. How about the state capital of Connecticut?
Oh, that's a hard one, man.
You're very close. All right, 3 seconds.
3, 2.
I got it.
It's Hartford.
Oh, man.
Okay. Dennis, what about Alaska?
Do you know?
Yes. Oh my God.
Good.
That's
This
the one
great.
he saw when he cheated.
That's good.
Do you know?
All right.
That's good.
Are you? You're a music guy. I know that, and you're probably a fan of the Beatles, right?
Yeah, I'm a big fan.
So you know all 4 Beatles.
I do.
Okay. The cover of Abbey Road.
Okay.
From left to right.
Gotcha. Left to right. So you have, so in the back is what you're saying. Oh, man.
Yoko.
No, it's not Yoko. Left to right. John, not John. No, John's the Grim Reaper.
We're going to speed this up,
Ringo,
Mike.
George, John, Paul.
No. Dennis, you want to take a
man.
stab at it?
It's Paul, Ringo, George, and
No.
John.
It's George, Paul, Ringo, John. All right. Bonus question.
no, I'm gonna beat
Who's
myself.
barefoot?
Paul.
Yes. We're going to give that one to Mike.
Bonus, 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 bonus.
Back to state capitals real quick. Arkansas.
Oh man, state capitals. I'm bad.
Okay.
Arkansas. Let's just say the Arkansas city.
Little Rock.
Yeah. We're not going to give that to you, though.
Darn it!
Alabama.
Bonus. Where's my bonus?
Alabama.
Alabama.
Don't know?
Don't know.
Okay. Boy, you guys are making me work here.
Yeah.
What do we have, like 1.5 each? It's like,
Real questions.
All right.
SpongeBob.
I'm paying. Oh.
Okay. David Letterman is he's filming his last show today, the day we're filming. Where's he from? We're just going to randomize it, okay? Whoever's got the answer, just yell it out. Where's David Letterman from? What's his birth state?
Wisconsin.
No.
California.
No.
He's in the middle somewhere.
Utah.
Indianapolis.
Oh, I was close.
That's what I told you.
This is going real well.
This is going real well. A few years ago, Comedy Central made a list of the 100 greatest stand-up comedians of all time. Who's number one?
I'd guess Carlin.
No.
Henny Youngman.
No.
Pryor.
Yes.
Henny Youngman. I mean, how can you go wrong with Henny Youngman? No.
Henny was like, he was in the 50s.
Yeah, he's old.
I think. Who's number two?
Jerry.
No. You know, interesting, Seinfeld didn't even make the top 10.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a generation thing.
Well, okay, let's get back to David Letterman. Within 5 years, when was the premiere of the top 10 list? Within 5 years.
84.
85. Dennis, go.
Well, couldn't I have guessed and said 85?
No, too late. He already gave
Closer.
me the point.
Yeah, you would have.
Right, you're
Yeah, we changed the rules. Now the questions are they're up for grabs. All right. True or false? A group of donkeys is called a drove.
False.
It's going to be true then.
Oh, man.
That was a trick question.
Okay, maybe we'll go to 5 correct.
Drone. What do we got?
That was
3
a-
on him, 2 on me?
That was an ass question. Anyway.
That was an ass question.
Okay. Rock stars.
Okay.
Real name is Robert Zimmerman. What's his stage name?
Oh, man.
Oh, I do
Oh.
know that one.
You should.
Oh, yes.
3 seconds.
Bob.
Oh, Bob Dylan.
Yes.
That was a mix.
All right, you guys are tied at 3. We gave
worked
it
on
to
that one, yeah.
gave it to Mike because he completed it. All right.
great. You got the first
Another
one.
one. Rock star names. His real name is Paul Daniel Freely.
Oh,
Ace.
Ace. That was a tie.
That was a tie. Riley B. King.
B.B. King?
B.B. King.
Yeah, Dennis.
Oh, man.
One more, Dennis. You win it.
I thought it was 10.
Yeah.
Are we going to 10? Do we have time?
Who are you looking at?
I don't know. I'm looking at the clock. I'm looking at our production assistant.
No.
Oh, man.
All right, you said you're a geek, right?
Yeah.
Star Wars question.
Yeah.
All right, this is up for grabs. What
Oh, man.
what color are Chewie's eyes? Chewbacca's eyes? What
Green.
color? No.
Brown.
No.
Yellow.
No.
Black.
No.
We don't know.
Pink. Purple. Blue.
Yes.
All right.
Let's hit the
8 times the
spectrum.
charm.
Did you even guess?
You hit the spectrum. I went
This
with
is like
black.
I'm no good with colors.
I get nothing.
Pink.
That's why they won't let me in Detroit.
Chewbacca has blue eyes. If
So this is the final, or?
do you wanna? You each have
Yeah,
4.
this is it right here.
You wanna
This is
do it?
man.
Okay.
I think, how about this one? We do like a sudden death, like so there's no like diving. You ask each once, and if we
Okay.
try, like so how we started it.
Gotcha.
It's up to me.
Okay, Dennis. All right, we'll start with Mike. If he gets it right, you have to get it right, okay?
Got it.
Who was the last president to serve only 4 years?
Serve only 4 years. George Bush, Senior.
Yes.
Senor.
Senor.
All right, Dennis.
Pressure's on now.
The pressure is on. Lyndon B. Johnson. What's the B stand for?
Biatch.
You owe our friend
Baines.
breakfast.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, geez. You got it right.
I know. Linda Bain Johnson.
But you didn't with your first answer.
Okay.
He sucks.
I went with comedy first.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
that cost you a breakfast.
Damn.
So Uncle Andy's Diner.
Good thing.
All right.
I'm looking
No big
forward
deal,
to it.
man.
Good game, guys.
Nice job. Thanks, Mark.
Absolutely.
Just now we just look like idiots. It's great.
Yeah, both of us look like idiots, but that's all right, you know.
Well, he won, so you're the,
That's true.
You know.
I thought Chewbacca's eyes were pink.
I don't know who
He's
he
not
was.
even albino.
No, he's
And
not.
he's
Chewie's,
very.
that was a big dude.
They're redoing another one. They seem to redo every movie that's ever been any good.
Yeah.
You know, it's ridiculous.
So you say you're a geek. What are you a geek about? If it's not, I mean, any Star Wars geek worth of salt would know Chewie's eyes were blue.
Well, that's the thing. You know, I don't know what qualifies as a geek now. You know,
Yeah.
I'm just a weirdo, a freak, if you will.
Like
you
what?
know.
I mean, in what way?
Well, a favorite Weird Al Yankovic is one of my idols growing up, and I
Yeah.
still respect him to this day.
Well, who doesn't?
Yeah, exactly.
He's a
So you're a
legend.
geek too.
Yeah, well, kinda.
Well, it changes though. When you were younger, geek was a geek. So like freak. When you're younger, freak is like when you use a feather in bed. Now you got to use the whole duck, or you're not a whole real, you're like a real freak. You know, things are changing.
Right.
So you sharing too much again?
I might be. Yeah.
A duck?
I didn't want to go with ostrich because that's a big bird.
That was a crazy night.
Yeah, those are crazy
We don't want to
nights.
get into that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, Mike, what do you want to do with comedy? I mean, do you have any big goals? Do you just want to keep plugging away? I mean, what's
Just keep plugging away, get better at the craft, and get paid doing
Yeah.
it. You know, I mean,
yeah.
it's cool. And I really don't know. Like, what do you ask anybody? Of course, you want to be like, oh yeah, I want to have my own hour special. You know.
Right.
You know.
Well, Dennis and I got into it so we could become big TV stars.
Right,
And, you know, our dream has been accomplished.
is,
So now we like to ask other people.
Yeah.
I was actually
Up here, I was like, I've arrived. This is
I was
great.
actually recognized at the shop in St.
Really?
Biddeford the other day while I was stealing something. He goes, "Hey, it was that guy from the TV show."
Yeah. Yeah. Did you
pretty
see
cool.
that episode? Of
I did. I
Restaurant
watched it.
Impossible? What did you think about it?
Oh, I thought you were going to say the prior episode of this. I didn't.
Oh,
I
yeah.
talked to Dennis
Well, people
about it.
probably watch this more than they watch the Restaurant Impossible show. Anyways, that was pretty.
I would
cool.
think so.
Yep.
I think our last show got like 3 million views.
Yep. By my mom.
You know, it's funny. Funny story. When I was first new to this, went out after class to your diner, and I had met you for the first time. You came over and told a joke. I'm like, yeah, he's got to be a local comedian around here. And then the second time I came in, I'm like, I knew I recognized you because I met you at the Laugh Shack, and there you go.
Yeah.
Good.
It's a
And
lot of
it was a
fun.
good joke too. You know, I don't remember it, but I remember laughing.
It was
so
probably
good.
someone else's.
It was yeah.
Well, see, everybody has a little thing they do because we all, that's our general thing. We're all comedians, but we all also have little special tricks we do. We're all, but you're a musician, right?
Oh yeah. I like to just a noisemaker. I don't know, a musician.
See, he plays my kind of music, though. I like the metal. I like it loud and distorted. And you probably listen to like Patsy Cline and stuff
Pat
like that.
Boone, yeah.
Pat Boone,
That
yeah.
type of thing,
Well, he had a metal album.
He did.
Pat Boone did.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
He
What
was
year
big
was
into
that? That come out?
Frightening. I think it was in the 90s, 80s
Yeah,
or 90s.
something like that. They all blur together when you
Yeah.
listen to
Oh, yeah.
Pat. Yeah.
Yeah.
But did you bring your guitar? You don't mind playing us out?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah,
right
I
behind
did.
us. You
It's
might as
right
well.
there.
He's asking like he doesn't know.
I mean, it's right there.
Big
Let's do it. We
surprise.
can do this, can't
Oh,
we?
this is a pedal.
Cool. Check this out. I gotta move
Mike,
over.
we just happened to set some gear up for you. We were hoping you knew how to
thanks.
play.
This is awesome. First time. This is another reason why I got into comedy, because it's either, you always hear musician comedy, some form of stage act. I'm like, I hate dragging this stuff around, and
Yeah.
it's great. Just show up. It's
There's
awesome.
nothing better as a comedian also to show up with no equipment, no nothing, show up, just bang, you grab the microphone, you do your thing, you look at the band who all have to load it into the back of the van and split it amongst 6 guys and worry about the drummers getting kicked out of his apartment, they can't practice, so this is the best.
This is great. So you wanted me to sit down for this, right? Correct? We play a little Pat Boone, you said?
Am I in your
little
spot?
Pat Boone, maybe
I don't
Dennis.
know. It's a yeah.
Yeah, get out of my seat.
Get out of here,
Ah,
Fog.
come on.
Maybe
All right,
Dennis
so
says
this
he's
is
going to
good.
sing
We're
along.
gonna do a
but,
sing along,
Ladies
exactly.
and gentlemen, not only is he a comedian, he rocks out as well. Mike Hallinan.
All right, this is always. for
great.
dealing with that.
No, man. All I got to say is thank you. You're a funny comic.
Oh, well.
But
That's how it goes.
one last thing before we take off. June 19th.
June 19th, Auburn Fireside Inn, Dennis Fogg and 6 other comedians, maineventcomedy.com.
You ready to take us out now? You're going to finish it off, man. Just finish off. We're going to play off into the sunset.
Oh, we're going to play off in the sun. Yeah, I got to do that again?
You got it,
That
man.
was
No.
that was hard enough.
Just keep
That's like
running
doing
it.
an encore after a terrible set.
No, man, that was a great set. Thanks for watching the show, man, guys. Thank you.
you.
Thanks a lot.
Mark.
man.
Thanks, Mike.
It's been
Thanks, Dennis.
great. Play us
Appreciate
out
it.
of here.
Oh, I'm actually doing that. I thought.
You got it.
I'm just going to not. No, I got it.